first few weeks.
Oh, I bet it was crazy.
Oh God, it was nonstop. Okay, I rebooted the server. Twitch is coming up in a second.
Okay, I'm hee hee.
And we should be. Hey everybody, we're just getting up and rolling here. Happy Wednesday, Mars.
Hump day.
Hump day. Haven't done that yet. So we're happy to have our friend Kevin Doyle and his son Drew is going to join in a little bit tonight. But thanks for joining us, and see if I can find Kevin on the camera here. There we go. There he is. All right, Kevin, we are rolling and having fun.
Sounds good. Here's an old one I wrote called Gray Monday. Gray Monday coming round, barking dogs the only sound. If I could, I would fly away, but since I can't, I guess I'm bound to pay to a gray Monday coming round. Think I just lost what I had found. Searched high and low and all around. I thought I saw it somewhere out in the snow. These blues and whites are all the same. I think I'd better go to my gray Monday coming round. Now all the times worth having all long and gone away. And all things need defending is what I've heard them say. Just who it is they're talking to and who am I to tell? Just what it is they're offering or if what's bought could sell. On it, gray Monday coming round. You got your reasons, I got mine. Put them on the table and we'll see what we find. Maybe they'll be different, maybe they're the same. The only thing we'll know for sure is that they came on a gray Monday coming round. Well, I'd like to make a living building ships with purple sails and then float them on back home again on Scandinavian gales. Or maybe I'll just sit here and do nothing much at all. Behind these little mountains, making damn sure I don't fall into a gray Monday coming round. Gray Monday coming down. Gray Monday, don't bring me down. Good old Gray Monday.
Nice. I was on camera there for a moment. Walked right through live camera.
You gotta love that.
Yes, the ponytail is still gone.
It is. It is. Hey, this next one is, like I was telling you guys earlier, some of these are newer ones from the Benson Songwriters Exchange, and this is one of them. And very briefly, for those who might not be familiar with it, you kind of draw a phrase out of a coffee can, and then you kind of work around that for the next song for the next week. So this one is called Flowers in the Sun. Got to keep them tuned.
Yeah, that's all right. All good, man.
Put me in the ground, cover me. water me deep down low, and watch me rise to the sky so blue. Then cut me down, take me with you. We'll find flowers in the sun, sun in our eyes, eyes in our souls, souls in disguise, disguise in our minds in a way. Your way or mine, well, my mind needs a way. Somewhere where we grow like flowers in the sun. We'll take our chances, we'll take them hard, and pay no mind to how hard they are. And ride the wind like falling leaves, touching down like falling breeze. And we'll find flowers in the rain, rain in our eyes, eyes in our souls, souls in disguise, disguising our minds in a way. Your way or mine, well, my mind finds a way. Somewhere where we'll grow like flowers in the rain. Flowers in the snow, snow in our eyes, eyes in our souls, souls in disguise, disguising our minds in a way. Your way or mine, my mind needs a way, somewhere to go, where we grow like flowers in the snow. Got to have that weird chord ending thing there. That was one of those fun exercises. Well, I'm going to have flowers in the rain, I'm going to have flowers in the sun, I'm going to have them in the snow.
There you go.
I like flowers.
I do too.
Support that.
I do too. I think they should grow in the winter here in Nebraska, outside, but that ain't up to me, is it?
No,
Oh, you'll see silk ones.
that's right.
Richard Silk Poinsettias.
That we will. All right, this is another one from the Songwriters Exchange, and this is called No Known Address. And when I started writing it, I was thinking, what happens to a love letter that's sent to a lover that has moved, and where does that letter go? It keeps bouncing around. So that was the premise of it, and once I got done with the song, I realized, I was writing about me. No known address. I remember that shooting star we saw when we first kissed in Esther Park. It wasn't planned, it happened fast. We made a vow, we vowed to make it last. It felt like real red light stuck still in time. I made my way home to my old address, lost in you, lost in the love found in those lines. It's not always easy, as you well know. Days turn to years, new turns into old. We made my house a home, kids came along. The four of us turned into one, and we were writing our life song. It felt like a real love letter, saved within the arms of time. As we addressed this world's twists and turns along a way, along a road between those lines. Sometimes at night when I'm dreaming, sleeping deep and cold, I see the things and hear the noises these rooms used to hold. Then I awake in darkness, sit up and listen, look around, try to chase away the ghosts that steal my dreams, sights and sounds. It wasn't planned, it happened slow. The ups and downs and round began to take their toll. We grew together and then fell apart. When the kids in you took off, you went and left my heart. Now I feel like an old love letter, unopened, unread, stuck in time, going back and forth to no known address, searching for love, searching for you between the lines. Looking for love, looking for you between the lines. It happened fast, and then it happened slow. No known address. Thank you. Woo-hoo.
Who said woo-hoo?
Me. Twas me.
See if we can get Dylan in tight, or Drew in tight.
No problem.
Am I doing all right on mics?
What's that?
Picking me up?
I think we got you.
Sounds good. All right, I'm the little Kevin. I'm Drew.
The little Kevin.
The little Kevin.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about how, especially in the high notes, we kind of sound the same. I don't know.
That's a genetic thing.
Yeah, I think so. Is that vocal cords? Vocal cords genetic?
I don't know, but
I would think so.
Oh,
I think
everything's
so.
genetic.
Well, I'm Drew, and the first song that I'm going to play, it's a bit of a warm-up. Dad gets a little bit of a rest.
Do.
It's my longest one, so don't worry. It's called Today.
give me just a second there, pal.
You got it.
You know, unlike you, I have to use music. Well, I'm getting older. I get to have cheat sheets.
Take pictures.
Oh, that's right. All the young ones have, we got the lyrics here. They're just on our phone. That's right. Forgot about that. so.
Another day, our labor's fruits are bound, picked up and thrown away, and then we stray, ignoring everything that our hearts have to say. So why do we wait for it all to play out? I'm crippled by doubt, but choices were made by the strangest enclaves of my mind. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. My passion's resigning. I'm not sure what I'm trying to find. Following dreams, chasing outlandish things, fate just called, make it all happen today. Future's unwritten, but I have been smitten and put in my place. Now I'm trying to face my reflection. The words they ring, they echo, follow me, the sound is deafening. And I'm on the brink of changing soup, and now I can't hear anything. So why do we wait for it all to play out? I'm crippled by doubt. I'm in for the long haul. I'm sorry for letting you down. Oh, I shot my shot down and I went under without a sound. Following dreams, chasing outlandish things, fate just called, make it all happen today. Future's unwritten, but I have been smitten and put in my place. Now I'm trying to face my reflection.
Ooh. So is that better than your other piano?
Yeah, I was working on like a 72 key non-weighted keyboard as of 2 days ago, so it's not too bad.
That worked out pretty well for you.
This next one I wrote a couple years ago on an airplane back from Paris. I was doing a study abroad over there, and some of the lyrics kind of popped in my head as I was walking the streets, and the melody popped in my head on the plane. So it's just called All I Want to Say. Railways, colored lines, glancing at the time. And now we're off, wait, I think I left my, hey, have you seen my, I just need you right now. Mind and wheels are both accelerating, I just need you right now. Bonjour, vacant, s'il vous plaît. Breath by breath, day by day, foreign life melts away. You call, but no one's been at home in a long time. And oh, I gotta say it, and oh, I need to say it. Yeah, all I wanna say is thank you, thank you. History, steel and stone. My head just makes connections and these streets bring me back home. Quick starts and quick marks, close but no cigars. Plane rides and red wine till we're seeing stars. And now I've got no reception, no off intuition. Just like that I'm on board. My left is slip, it's freezing, and there's nothing below. Where did my notebook go? Bonjour, vacant, s'il vous plaît. Breath by breath and day by day, foreign night melts away. You call, but no one's been at home. You call. Oh, I gotta say it, need to say it, have to say it, just can't keep my mouth shut anymore. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And all I wanna say is thank you, thank you.
Ooh. Nice tune. How come you got to go Paris and I've never been out of the country?
That was before all this started, I'll tell you that.
Well, Tia won it once when I was taking a trip out of high school. We just crossed in for the day and we don't talk about that.
Honestly, it's a joke.
That doesn't count. So sorry.
Well, I'll say this next one coming up, it's my favorite title of
Yeah.
one of Drew's tunes, so I'm gonna step out for these next couple. They're all Drew.
I'll get two more and then we'll have a little break. This one's called File2.aup. It's it's an instrumental that I don't have lyrics to, so I don't know what to call it.
I like it.
Yep.
I realized as I was playing it, like I was practicing it wrong for the last couple of days. Like there were parts in there that I forgot to even practice until now.
There you go.
Living on the edge.
Yeah, no
Good
kidding.
thing you showed up.
I am
You wouldn't
here.
have got that practice.
I messed up on a different part. Last one before we go into the break, I think, Dad.
Yeah,
This one's called One Moment. It's about kind of struggle with religion.
What time is it?
Faces and places, the schedules align. Suddenly realize our fates are designed. So why just give me a sign. Help me, I'm falling, you're stalling riddles. Can't solve them, you're stalling me. All wait in vain, go insane, praying and waiting for the answers to arrive, asking why. One moment I'll push my doubts to the side, the next I'm holding my tongue to save those who have died. I'm searching these, I'm searching these, just give me a sign.
So we're gonna have a chat?
Let's do it. Yeah, let's have a chat. Hopefully we're interested.
Belly up on the loose cameras around. Usually.
Clean up my little mess.
Nice. And Mars, I'll move that third one out of the way, and if you want to switch over to one of them, that'd be good.
Which third one out of the way?
The one I've got up standing on the bar right now is probably not good to be in the shot, so I'll get that out of the way.
Get it out of there.
Yep. As you guys saw, I'm climbing around a little bit during the show, moving cameras.
Oh yeah.
It's a small operation here.
That's all right.
It's all right. It's all good.
It is. It's actually kind of nice sitting back here and watching you guys work.
Yeah, it's
It's kind of pretty cool. You know?
all right, Mars. I'm loaded up. You want to pick a
Yeah.
camera and?
It is, you're blurry. There you are.
All right.
Okay.
Uh-oh, blurry again.
Blurry.
What is the? All right, it's auto focusing on something there. Here, let me do this. How about?
Oh, it's all on you now.
It's all on me.
That's what we came for.
All right, I'm the star. Yes. Yeah, who was it that was here? Oh, it was the band here last Wednesday that hadn't seen me since I got rid of the ponytail, and they were.
Oh, is that right?
They were amazed by the.
Taken aback, were they?
Yeah, it was Dave Eames.
Oh, okay.
And he hadn't seen me. They were here once before, but I whacked it in between that. So there you go. But
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's
man,
interesting.
without I sacrificed it for the common good. That was my plan, and it didn't make COVID go away like I hoped it would. But but that was the initial thought was, hey, you know, let's change it up a little bit. I've had that for 36 years. Let's let's try something different. But
Well, I sure hope they're not waiting on me to do the same thing.
I don't know. I don't know. But you know, it actually feels better physically not having to deal with it. I mean,
Yeah.
there's some nice things about it. And the last several months with it, I had gone without wearing the ties on it, and Mars is like, geez, it looks kind of messy. And but I mean, you know, we were all remote and
It helps.
gaining weight and slovenly. And,
Right?
so you know, who cares, right? I mean.
You're still skinny.
Yeah, you are maintaining
What are you
your
doing right
smeltness.
now?
Eating zucchini.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Lots of
That's
zucchini.
it.
I just had a week and a half of zucchini out of the garden, and I don't know any other ways to prepare it. I did everything. You know.
Zucchini in,
Yeah,
zucchini out.
I called him and I was like, "Oh, we're having zucchini pizza. You just like chop up pieces of zucchini, put some pizza sauce on it, and cheese."
That is,
That sounds really good.
It's really
Yeah,
good.
that
My dad's
sounds,
like, yeah.
but I mean, that's zucchini pizza.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Ben's like, "Yeah, fried zucchini. I've cooked zucchini. I've boiled zucchini. I've made zucchini sandwiches. Zucchini."
Hey,
pasta."
zucchini's
Yeah,
good
stop.
stuff. There you go.
It is.
So
very good.
my mom once was on a zucchini kick because she had a garden. She was
Yeah.
growing zucchini and made a zucchini chocolate cake.
You know what?
I've heard people doing that.
Yeah.
One of
Wow.
the chefs was going to make that last week at the catering place I work at. He said that his wife makes a really great zucchini chocolate cake.
Wow.
Yes.
My question was, where do you buy, chocolate zucchini plants?
Right.
Anyway, our kitchen faced west, and my mother put the cake out, and she cut a piece of it, and a sliver of sun caught the sliver of cake just right, and my brother went, "Wait a second."
Oh.
So Pat, if you're listening,
Oh, okay.
Saw the
he
zucchini in there, huh?
slipped the
One of those
zucchini in the
disguise
cake.
things.
Yeah.
You can't trick me into getting a
That's
vegetable
funny.
into me.
Now, on food stuff, with our kids had, until last week, had never had radish before. And radishes, just
Radishes,
fresh
really?
radishes. And for whatever reason, we forgot to introduce the radish into the mix along the way. But I grew up, when I was a kid, we had radishes, fresh radishes all the time. I don't know why that was, but
Yeah.
anyway, so both of them survived the radish. They seem to like it, so it's all good. But it's not something you run into all the time,
No.
unless they're fresh. I mean,
Right.
there's not a lot of recipes for them. Most of them are roasted.
Yeah, they are good roasted,
I don't think I've ever had
They
them.
really, it takes some of the bite out of them. It's really actually pretty good. Sweetens them up a little, actually,
Mm.
which is interesting.
Gonna have to
But
try.
other than that, yeah, they're pretty much just eaten by themselves or they're on the
Yeah.
relish tray.
Yeah. But so as people that are watching, you were one of our most regular customers when we were around, and you performed at our place several times. And I think it took a while of knowing you before we even knew you were a performer. So I think there was a period of time where you were just there a lot,
Hanging out.
which was great. And then finally you mentioned that you performed, and I think we had you there a couple times. And,
Yeah.
I
Fridays.
like the you had that 70s vibe going, which I dug. I mean, it had that California
Yeah.
folk thing going there. That was
That's
kind of
right.
cool to hear, and it was different having that come in. I mean, we had a whole bunch of different stuff, but I remember fondly the times you were there performing. And,
Yeah.
and,
It was just a great situation because, like I say, there was nothing out here really
Right.
for.
right.
And I've been out here, moved from 36th and Q Street to 168th and Center. And it was like, I think, one building or one complex on the southeast corner. There was no Lakeside Hospital when we moved out or anything.
Yeah.
And as it came out, I would have hoped there would have been more music. Now, you guys brought it. That was just like a lifesaver for me.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if we were crazy or not to do it, but we did 600 and some shows.
And it
In
was just
3 years, which is crazy. I
Wow.
mean, I
It
didn't
is.
realize it was that many, and then I kept a spreadsheet of everything that we had.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting when a while back, you sent out that little note to people saying, hey, here's the people I have.
Yeah,
If you're not on it or whatever, let
Yeah,
me know.
right.
And I just looked at that list and I'm like, man, we really were fortunate that you brought us that much good music. It was
some great stuff. We had so much fun doing the music. It was. We really didn't have any terrible shows, which is great. I mean, you had, we had a lot of stuff that, I mean, and what was neat is, the younger folk, Benson, that crowd knows what's going on in town and stuff, but we had people that just knew after time to trust us that we were going to bring people in here that was worth them coming in to hear. And so it was kind of nice because they'd never heard of a lot of these acts that were very popular in town. They'd come in and all of a sudden, wow, these guys are good. And absolutely, they're good. I mean, there's amazing talent in Omaha and
It is.
surrounding
It's
areas.
really stunning,
And especially you've been those songwriter things and all the open mic nights, and they're just.
It's pretty incredible.
It is.
It really is.
It's encouraging. And now, unfortunately,
Yeah.
right now it's tricky for everybody, and there's not. Some gigs are coming back. They're mostly outdoor wine kind of gigs.
Yeah.
The capacities at the indoor places are pretty restricted still, and it'd be interesting to see how long it takes. I was kind of hoping it would come back kind of quick, but I'm not so sure now. It might be a little while yet before.
It might be.
And a lot of people are afraid to go out, which I
Sure.
don't. To each his own, right? I don't.
right.
fault anybody for that, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens because there's so much talent, so many groups, and so few places to play,
Yeah.
and even fewer now with limited capacity. What's gonna shake out there? It's going to be, and,
Yeah,
and the
because you
slowdown. You know, we're
yeah.
rooting for them. We love the slowdown, and
Yeah.
they've been sending out the email that. By the way, if you haven't done that, I think there's a Save the Venues law proposed,
Right.
funding proposed in
Trying to get it to
Congress, and if any of you have time to get on that list, it's a pretty easy click. You
We'll
put in your
post the
zip code.
information
We'll
later
post
on
it.
our
Yeah, you
page.
put in your zip code, and it knows
Yeah.
who your representatives are, and it emails all of them. And even if you know any of them personally, we've interacted with some of our political folk. It's nice to send them a personal thing too. That's not a form letter if you know them or met them. But it's kind of tragic, and you wonder. You know, it's obviously a certain proportion of it's going away for a while,
Right.
but how ready are people going to be willing to jump back in with new clubs
It's true.
after the dust settles? I mean, it's hard to say.
It's really a difficult, and like you say, it's a sad situation.
It
Beyond
is.
sad. You know, you've got situations too where at first it was interesting when everything closed down, and gosh, you know, there's a lot of people that I normally wouldn't be able to go out and see because it's working. But I actually got to see a lot of the people I like. You know, for a while, for a month, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you know, not seeing it live is just it's tough.
Yeah, it is. It's and we had hoped after we closed without plans for the COVID thing, we had planned to do this actually, and we had hoped to have all the acts bring all their friends and load this place up
Oh,
and have
yeah.
the patio full of people and everybody
Yeah.
having a great time. And you know, it's still, you got to be careful, right? I mean, people are nervous, and our neighbors, as we've mentioned, we piped the broadcast outside, and our neighbors
That's
have
pretty
joined
cool.
in. And one of them had a graduation party a few weeks ago, and so like the whole
Yeah.
party moved over back out there. I don't remember who was playing that night, but it was kind of fun.
Nice.
Wasted Highway, yeah, that
Oh,
was a
yeah.
crazy night. But
I enjoyed
but
it.
They're
we've got some
Good.
common friends. We were talking about EB3 before.
Oh, yeah. Good
Earl
old
Bates, Earl, if you're out there,
Watching.
Earl, tune in, please. We'll send you a link to guilt you for not watching live if you missed it. But yeah, so you had a duo for a number of years,
Oh, a long time, yeah.
folk duo in the
Yep.
in the Omaha, Lincoln area.
Omaha, yeah.
Omaha.
Omaha and Lincoln, yeah. Kind of just Omaha, Lincoln, Beatrice. And then, you know, when we were hitting it pretty hard, I mean, we were doing everything because we had CDs to sell,
Yep.
you know, and cassettes.
Oh, we got it.
Yeah.
We got cassettes still. Yeah.
And so it was just
And
a
vinyl.
situation, yeah, it was Duggan and Doyle, so my
Yeah.
best friend Tim Duggan, who's still my best friend, and
Yeah,
He's
he's
in
tuning in
Chicago.
right now.
is he?
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
All right.
Tim, how you doing?
That's
He
good.
said Drew has it easy so far.
Nice. Yeah, so this one year I was looking through some old stuff, and you know, we were playing whatever state fairs,
Yeah.
Earth Day stuff, and it was kind of crazy considering we had, oh gosh, you guys must have been like, you know, 1 and 3 years old, sometimes 2
Yeah.
and 4. So there was one year where we did close to like 99 gigs, you know,
Wow.
plus working full time. Some of them were 2 a day at the state fair.
Yeah.
And the best thing about the state fair, one of my favorite stories, we're sitting there playing, you know, and it's kind of on the main deal, and so we're sitting there and we're playing, going along, and all of a sudden it goes, "Please welcome the Schuyler Marching Band." And then they come through and you can't hear us. And we're just like, okay.
Nice.
But I think one of the funnier things too, though, is they did that again, and my buddy Tim Duggan, I'll tell him this story, Tim. It was pretty funny because here comes whatever high school marching band, and it's like we can't hear each other. He looks down, and we had a couple songs where he played trumpet on it, so he went out and got in the line. Kid next to him's like,
That's funny.
so,
That's funny.
yeah, so we did that for a while, and I think Duggan and Doyle, we put out 2 CDs in 94, 96, and then went with our friend Scott Levers, who's a really great luthier, and did a lot of recording. He's a very good friend of Doug Sloan's.
Okay. Yeah.
He and Doug did a lot of work. And Scott's a great sound engineer as well. And he's up in Minneapolis now. He's actually building some really beautiful mandolins. And,
Oh, nice.
yeah, and some other technical stuff, op-ed things that I don't know about for boards. He tells us about it, and I'm just like, yeah, it was Charlie Brown's teacher stuff. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
And how long have you been playing music? Did you start young?
Yeah, I started pretty. I guess it was 4th grade. My grandma had a piano, and I liked playing it when I went over there. And I guess it just kind of, I don't remember it because I was 9. I guess I just kind of begged you guys to take lessons.
Yes,
and
you
then
did.
eventually I broke them in, and I was at SNJ Studios. Shout out to SNJ.
Sharon North Jones.
We were there when it was just 4 rooms, and
Yeah,
now they have a
started.
huge auditorium and multiple kind of concert rooms, and it's really
Multiple
great to see
locations.
them. Yeah. But I did show choir in high school. I did show choir band in high school. But yeah, so I'm a musician for 14 years.
And did you join in the musician thing or no?
I did show choir. I was singing. I went for music ed for 1 semester, took music theory, and I was like, nope, I'm out. This isn't for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm mostly vocal.
Yeah, cool.
Played the
They were
French
at,
horn.
they were
I
at Millard
did
North
play
as
the
well.
French
Oh, Millard North, huh?
So
Yeah.
what year did you?
14.
And I was
14.
13.
So Katrina was, we were
I
talking
think our
upstairs.
kids were 14 and 16, right? Where were we?
14 and 12.
12, 14 and 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was
I
kind
went
of
to,
interesting.
I was the first graduating class from Millard North.
Were you really?
Wow.
1982.
I knew you went
yes.
there, but yeah.
Yes. Actually, it was weird because the building was new and only half of it was constructed. So the side towards Pacific Street, closest to Pacific Street, was open. So we went to 9th and 10th there, and the other
Oh,
half was not
interesting.
open yet. So for 11th grade, we went to Millard South.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we were going to finish there. And then after our junior year, Millard North opened for 11, 12 finally. So
Oh,
we had
wow.
a joint graduation back in '82. Both,
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
both South and North. It was a pretty good sized graduation, and I missed it because I had a gig at the Howard Street that night. And it was funny because 3 of us that were in the band at the time, Modern Day Scenics, missed our graduation, and the guitarist in the band, who was 84 graduate, he went to graduation and came and still made it to the gig. So,
Oh.
so we had no excuse for not
Yeah.
going, but they used to do them at night.
Yeah.
Back then.
Yeah,
It was an
okay.
evening event, and
Interesting.
but anyway, yeah.
Boy, the
so-
good old, yeah. Obviously, that's where I first met Earl. You know, the open mic, Earl's legendary,
Oh, yeah.
jam.
And where was that at?
Howard Street.
Howard Street, okay.
It was a
At
number of
downstairs.
locations.
The downstairs?
Downstairs, yeah. Howard Street, and then for a while it was over at Saddle Creek Bar,
Yep.
and kind of gravitated toward Louis.
What was that place on Capitol or Earl was there for years and must have been in the 90s. There was a,
Capital and what?
I don't know, there was a bar that was kind of down by the courthouse, and it did acoustic live music. I'll have to send him an email or a message and
Is
ask
it
him.
like catty corner from the courthouse?
It was near the courthouse, very
I
close.
think, yeah.
But I know he was there running a show for a while.
Yeah.
But I don't remember. I never made it down there. And we were, our band, they called us when you wanted to close a joint. So we
Right.
closed
Right.
we closed a place called, was it Shamrocks on 100
Oh,
Yeah.
108th?
We closed
and
in
Maple.
Chicago.
in the Chicago bar.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
We were the last act that played at the Chicago bar.
Really?
Yes.
Okay,
Wow.
Mike Koshka
Chicago bar.
is saying,
Remember that
ask
on
Kevin if
Farnham
he's
Street?
ever heard of the Chiefs. He played at my bar many times.
This is.
Duggan and Doyle played there many times.
He called me, but I didn't
Chiefs,
take it.
Chiefs, Chiefs, Chiefs. All of his posts are like Chiefs.
He likes the Chiefs. He's down in the Ozarks now, but he's the owner of Pat Mike's.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think he sold it a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yes, he says Lake of the Ozarks is watching.
Nice.
That's good.
All 19 of them.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Good old Mike.
What's Unadilla?
That
That's
is a town in
Unadilla,
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Right.
Yeah.
Why
Yes.
is he saying Unadilla?
He knows that there's a certain song that Mr. Duggan wrote called the Unadilla Blues,
Okay.
Okay.
but it's not necessarily fit for public airing. So,
Mike Koshka, you're very naughty.
Yeah, when Mars always tells people we don't we haven't told the story on air yet. So But the night I met Mars, I was 16. We were playing at the New York Times,
Oh, yeah.
and she was the sound man for Norman and the Rockwells. We were the opening
Oh,
act.
wow.
And so when I arrived, she said, well, where's your sound man? I said, we don't have one. So she did sound for us. And we had Viva Vile. It was Viva Vile and the Spies at the time. She was like in her 30s, and I was the next oldest guy in the band at 16.
Wow.
And I was singing a song called Bring on the Nubiles by the Stranglers that if you don't know the lyrics to that, it's pretty foul. And my mom was in the audience as a chaperone, and Mars was watching this going, oh my God, this guy's singing Bring on the Nubiles, he's 16. So there you go. But
Wow.
we
What a
met
jerk.
that night. I think it was 81, I think it was.
Interesting.
It was 81.
Yeah, but
Or 80.
That's funny.
anyway,
I
yeah.
don't know. I thought it was Mount St. Helens.
Yeah, so there you go. But well, and Doyle, I know Kevin met your architect. Is that true? Or?
Not a licensed
Not-
architect. I legally
Sorry.
have to tell you I'm not an architect.
Okay.
Oh,
That's right.
I'm an architectural designer.
Architectural design.
Yeah, Carlson West Bavander. So I just graduated from South Dakota State University. I got my
Excellent.
undergrad. Yeah, shout out Jax. And then I got my undergrad.
Well, we're not clapping for that,
Yeah.
but we're clapping for your degree.
Yes.
And then I
Because
got my.
our daughter's a yote.
Yeah, she's a young.
I have to go actually.
Now we were talking about the Duggan and Doyle thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Tim and his wife Heidi, they lived in Vermilion for a long time. They were teachers up there.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Spent a lot of time in Vermilion.
it's a neat little town.
I love
Yeah.
Vermilion.
Yeah.
How about the Shrine to Music? Did you ever go in there?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
amazing
Is that
museum.
just
Oh my
ridiculous?
gosh.
It's getting
They
a
had-
great big facelift right now.
If you haven't been to that music museum in Vermilion, that's worth the trip. And
It's
they
real.
have
That's the
3
new-
times the amount of instruments in their collection than they have space for to
Correct.
display. And so
Yeah.
they've been, I think the last couple of years, they've been working on expanding it or
Right.
changing out the collection. We haven't been up recently, but that is a fantastic.
But
It's amazing.
There are 3 music museums like it on the planet. Ours is the only one in this hemisphere.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a fantastic place.
It's stunning.
It is. It really
You know,
is.
and yet a
Yeah,
lot of people,
the other one is in Austria or, you
Okay.
know, they're,
Yeah.
and a lot of people just don't know, and you tell them about it, and they're like, they never heard of it.
And it's a 2.5-hour trip, and you're up there
Right.
seeing something that you can't see anywhere else. It's amazing.
I never saw it, but I was
Yeah, we
when
did.
I was on what?
Isn't that where we went for a tour?
Maybe. I don't
Pretty
remember
sure we
ever
did.
seeing it, but like I took I-29 up to Brookings, and I would pass all the billboards, and they're all like music funds, stay tuned,
Yeah.
or we're.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a neat place. It's definitely worth seeing. Well,
oh,
see,
jeez.
we're getting.
Koshko once, Kevin played at my wedding 28 years ago. Tell him the Ozarks wants Unadilla.
Oh boy, it's gonna get dicey here. Well, so we're gonna go back and we'll
Yeah.
fill up everybody home. Fill up your drinks. Mars is out of wine. I'm out
I
of wine.
know.
We're gonna get
That would
these
be-
these cats up and rolling again. Do you mind moving the mouse over there and seeing if the graphic comes up? We can switch back to. We have Charlie Burton, friend of
Yeah.
mine for a long time here Saturday night. I'll have to
Don't
log
we
in.
need your password?
No, I'll have to do it. But, Charlie, I'm looking forward to seeing you, buddy. And I did gigs with Charlie before I met Mars. Even I was in we were doing opening
Well,
shows for Charlie.
I met
so.
Charlie before you.
You probably did. So everybody refresh. We're gonna reorganize and get our show back on the road here. Okay, I'm gonna come over and find a graphic. I just moved the live camera. It's Wayne's World, man. You get what you pay for.
Which is 0.
Yeah.
Oh God. Is there a way we could go direct?
Yeah,
Put you on headphones?
I can do that. Yeah, for sure. I don't
Okay.
know if I both with Jax. but-
Isn't that awful that we're doing this now?
That's okay. We're good.
But
Hey.
Well,
so far, yeah.
okay. I'm gonna move.
So far, your keyboard has been coming through this mic.
Oh, well, if we get that mic up close to his face, it'll be okay though.
Yeah, I think this has been kind of slipping.
It fell. That
Oh
was,
shoot!
that's why I asked you if I should move it.
Jeez, Brent.
I'm just making life easy for all of us here.
No, you're not.
Okay. All right, folks, I'm gonna go back to a
It
live
may
camera.
work, it may
Okay.
not.
All right.
Yeah, if you need me to turn off the piano, I can do that too.
No, you're good.
Blow anything out?
Well, but he's on headphones.
Oh, he's on
now.
headphones now.
So,
The big ones.
we could do like a quick
checker.
checko and see if we can get a better sound out of it.
Am I plugged in?
Yes.
Yeah?
Okay.
Headphone green, Mars. He needs some keyboards in there.
Do we need to test just the piano or vocals too?
You test to figure out
If you have enough.
what you need.
Do you want me to go up? Turn up?
Turn up. Oh, thank
Better?
you.
Scatting.
Shoo.
It's a heck of a deal. Buy an expensive guitar, it's 96, and from day one, no matter how many capos I tried, you always have to tune the lower E string when you put a capo on and take it off. I don't know what the deal is. Can't be operator error, can it?
Nah.
One more down. Are we going?
We're going.
We are going.
All right, this is a song called Enough is Long Enough. This is another one from the Benson Songwriters of Change. And by the way, Mike Koshka, I can't do Unadilla tonight, but I will have to personally come down and stay at your place on the Lake of the Ozarks down there. And then I could play it for you like 30 times in a night.
Okay, what is with him and the Chiefs? He's like, Chiefs.
Pat and Mike's is the Chiefs bar in Omaha.
Oh,
his
Super Bowl.
bar
That's
that he
exciting.
had. So he's a Chiefs fan. As a matter of fact, I think they're in like the second or third row when you watch TV, in the South End zone, and they've had those tickets for years and years.
Wow.
So he's a Chiefs fan. How about that?
Okay.
The prompt for this little song was, and I had to use it just because the phrase we drew was stagger forward rejoicing. And I'm like, oh, come on. Well, it's like, I'm going to write a song and I'm going to use it. So. Walk around, no direction, another day. Indiscretion wants to come out and play. When it settles in on you, don't chance time to think it through. You should be thankful that you live to die another day. But you stagger forward rejoicing in newfound love, and fall back on rejection, 'cause there's nothing there you trust. It's alright there for free, but you refuse to see you've had your heart and head on highways for long enough. Sit up, stand down, take a push long look around. Well, there's time left, but is it time to find a safer middle ground? Walking around, no direction, another day. An old familiar feeling comes back your way. When it settles in on you, no need to think it through. You should be thankful that you died to live another day. Stand in the shadows of long lost love. Stagger
something there you can trust. Oh, you know it's yours for free. You only need to see you've had your heart and head on sideways for long enough. Sit down, stand up, take a look at that loving cup. Is it half full or half gone, or on the line between lost and found? Stand in the shadows of love. Stagger forward. There's something there you can trust. It's all right there for free. You only need to see you've had your heart and head on sideways for long enough. You've had your heart and head on sideways for long enough. Yeah, don't you think you had enough? Long enough. There you go.
Yeah.
Enough is long enough. I kind of like that. You know. I do a lot of that in writing. Everything contradicts the next line.
What the hell is with Unadilla and this guy?
Is he still after you?
Yes, and Tim is saying, don't do it. Play Unadilla or my wife will call you. Oh, I said for a huge donation to Toy Drive for Pine Ridge.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Just give the donation and I'll come stay at your place like for a week and use your boat and drink your beer and play Unadilla.
That sounds fair.
A romantic serenade.
Yeah.
That sounds fair.
Now this next tune is pretty interesting. I've actually had people call me up or ask me. This is another one from the songwriters group. The prompt was twist the knife, and it was just simply, we've got to think of different ways that you would use a knife when you're twisting it. And let's just say that after I completed it and a few people heard it, they're kind of like, are you okay? I like it. And that didn't really come from anywhere in particular, but it was really quick. It probably only, maybe a day or so, which is very quick for me. Twist the knife. A small town high school dance. Found his courage, took his chance, asked her out to the floor. Before you knew they were out the door. They gave the vows of give and take. She had trouble cutting the wedding cake. He took the hand of his new wife, said, cut straight down, twist the knife. Little boy came their way. They lived their life in a country way. Trapped and hiked, hunting fish, a purer thing as you could wish. One day he shot a deer, hell went white. That was clear when the buckled, gasping for breath. Daddy gave us something about life and death. He said, sometimes it's humane to end a life that's full of pain. Looked at the boy, then at his wife, put the blade to the heart, said, remember, twist the knife. there could be till they shut down his factory. He stressed to care for the wife and boy, couldn't find a way to re-employ. Started dealing methamphetamine, the money was good, but the effects were mean. Took a taste, didn't look back, the monkey jumped down to his back. One night in a fit of rage, the monkey escaped from his cage. Beat the wife, beat the kids, screaming it's all something you all did. Tried to choke her, she pushed him down, ran to the kitchen, looked around, found the wedding cake knife, prayed for the best, and buried it deep down in his chest. As he lay dying on the floor, she said, "It's all I can take, can't take no more." Then stood there numb, what have I done? I've thrown away my life. And from behind her, the little boy's voice said, "Mama, remember, twist the knife." Small town high school dance, found the courage, took their chance. They stepped on off of the floor, life as they knew it, walked out the door.
Yeah. Happy tune, man.
Really dark.
And that's why they come up and they're like, "It's really nice, really nice. You okay?" Like, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
relatively.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, can I see your knife? Okay. What do we want you now, Doyle? We're doing
Too
Too Late Now, right?
That's a song that you wrote.
This is my, hey, kind of loungy tune, that's what I call it, you know. This is called Too Late Now, and there's also another one that came out of the Benson Songwriters Exchange, so. I better make sure I'm in tune after that guy. Kind of hammered on him a little. All right, I think we're good there. I wish you could see the love I have for you. And you may never find a heart that bled so true. One day it will show up at the back door of your mind. I hope you don't go up missing what you find, because it's too late now. It's too bad. It's too long. And so sad. I had so much to give, don't know what to do. So much more to give, don't know how or with who. Someday it will show up on the doorstep of my mind. But I hope I don't go back to missing what I find, because it's too late Sometimes the only way to love someone is to not love them at all. You'll spiral to the ground, run into a wall. I won't be around to catch you when you fall. And someday it will settle in the middle of your mind. And I hope you don't go back to missing what you find, because it's too late now, too far gone. It's too sad, it's so sad. There you go.
Very nice.
That was a fun one. Oh my goodness. This one, that's right. We kind of threw this one at the in at the last moment. This is a song that I wrote a long time ago.
Learned it last night.
That's right. And basically it's called When the Old Folks Step Out, and it's about growing up in South Omaha and going to weddings or anything. There was always polka bands. People with uniforms, they matched and polkaed. And first time I played this, we were just kind of doing a benefit for a church downtown, and they would open up once a month on a Sunday. People from the Francis House could come over and get a free meal and hear entertainment and you know, just enjoy the music. And I was kind of leery about playing it because I'm like, man, it sounds like John Prine, you know. So I did it anyway, and I get done playing, and this guy up front, this guy that was from Francis House, I get done, he's going, sounds like John Prine. And I'm like, well, it worked, you know.
There you go.
So, and I had Drew, I said, you got to find me as close to an accordion sound as you can for this. So
We couldn't find one.
this is about two old folks, just a polka dancers, so. When the old folks step out to dance off the rust in a dim social hall full of stale sawdust, they spin and they shuffle till their minds start to roam back in time, back to young days, back stepping back home. There's an old Polish girl and an old bohunk man stepping in time, hearts hand in hand, and the gleam in his eye returns just for a while. Though he's half blind, he sees that gleam in her smile. Now they can't cut a rubber like they used to do, don't always remember what they're supposed to, can't stand living together, but they died apart, a sure sign true love's hiding in their two old hearts. An old Polish girl and an old bohunk man stepping in time, hearts hand in hand, and the gleam in his eye returns just for a while. Though he's half blind, he sees that gleam in her smile. They've been together so long, they don't need to talk. She can tell if he's angry by the way in his walk. When she's lonely, he knows her lips curse and turn blue. So he swallows his pride and he says, I love you. Now that wise old girl and that stubborn old man keep dancing through time, though they don't understand
Why they hate to love to hate, love, oh, why they'll keep stepping it out till one says goodbye. When the old folks step out to dance off the rust, that old social hall sparkles like a diamond on dust. There you go.
Very nice.
Yeah, I like that tune. You know what? Saw my job right. All right.
Cool.
I think Drew's gonna do a couple here, so.
Yeah, I think we got 3 more if we've got time.
Does that sound
Sure.
all right?
Yeah. Have at it.
Go at it.
This next one's called The Canvas. Really important song to me. It was kind of one of the first ones that I started writing from my album, which I still haven't put out, and I need to. I hear ya. So there's a lot of songs that, you know, take months and months to write, where you like get the melody and then you kind of piece it together, but this is one of the ones where, you know, I think I wrote this in about 2 hours, and it's still one of my favorite pieces. So this one's called The Canvas.
I look out my window, but I can't see through the pane. Just a bunch of unfamiliar roads, couldn't tell you their names. I try to find some color in these grays, to no avail. The canvas grows stale. I don't wanna leave you, but I think it's time to call this place home. These days are monotone. Convince myself I'm worth it as the sun creeps through the blinds. Oh, I get up, go through the motions for what I don't know. Now my eyes are closed, but I can't calm my restless mind. And those eyes have adjusted to the darkness that surrounds me. And some nights, I wish I were blind. Was I right? Was I wrong? You had no choice. I tell myself that I had known this all along. Contradictions shake me and tear me apart. I don't wanna leave you, but it's not my call this time around. Because I'm home, days are monotone, but I convince myself I'm worth it as the sun creeps through the blinds. I get up, go through the motions for what I don't know. Now my eyes are closed, but I can't calm my restless mind, which paints my eyes black. I'm no insomniac, but this mind made me its prisoner and left nothing intact. But I still force myself to get up, go through the motions for what I don't know. But now my eyes are closed and I can't calm this restless mind of mine. These eyes have adjusted to the darkness that surrounds me. Some nights I wish I were blind, but even if I were, I'd still see you. Because I'm home, days still monotone, but I've convinced myself I'm worth it as the sun creeps through the blinds. I get up, go through the motions for me. Palette in one hand, it's time to paint my masterpiece.
the genetic hanging ending from your dad there.
Yes, thanks for cueing me on that.
Yeah.
To my back, of course.
This is another unique title.
Yeah, it doesn't have one. I finished this one last week, and I don't want to come up with a name because I don't want to ruin it. So this one's called Untitled. We'll go with that for now. How about that? It's a more upbeat one, I promise. And then we'll have my dad on, and he'll do his closer, and then we'll call it good, I think.
Cool.
All right.
This is brand new. Sit down on a Saturday to calm me down and tell me all of this'll be alright. 'Cause I don't know what this is or where it's going, but I sure got a pretty way to buy. And now I'm falling faster than I knew I could. And you try to slow me down, but darling, darling, it's no good. Why don't I come back home? Why don't I come back home? 'Cause I've forgotten what it's like to have to do this all alone. Why don't I come back home? Yeah, 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 yeah. Count down all the seconds and the minutes and the hours until I get back to you. 'Cause yeah, I got all my classes and my job, but baby, there's nothing I would rather do. And now the hours are quickly, quietly counting down. And there's no doubt in my mind I'm gonna miss this town. Why don't I come back home? Why don't I come back home? 'Cause I've forgotten what it's like to have to do this all alone. Why don't I come back home? Why don't I come back home? There's your opposition to the lingering ending. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that too.
All right, Dad.
All right, pal. Nice job.
Thank you.
Very nice.
I enjoy hearing those.
Absolutely.
Garrett says, you know Garrett Walter?
Yeah, what's up?
Dang, get that album out, Drew.
Yeah, Garrett was a co-professor of mine up at South Dakota State. We
Okay.
taught architecture, media technology. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Thanks for the table sculpture. I really love it. He bought me a table sculpture made by my favorite architect, Zaha Hadid.
Wow.
Nice.
It's really wonderful.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So what do we got here, guys?
This is the last tune.
We have the laser set up, right? The smoke and the lasers.
Yes.
And
We
We did bring the fog machines with us.
we do have fog.
We
We're gonna have to wait for it to warm up.
You know what? That effect is built in on me, unfortunately. Just that whole fog effect. It's just a natural thing, you know.
It's a stool, man.
Well,
Got a WD-40 in it.
Yeah.
Stop moving.
well, this will be the only song that we perform tonight that is not an original, but I felt obligated to do so because my hero is pretty much John Prine. Of course, you know, he passed away here during all this stuff, and was fortunate enough to see him, whatever, a year and a half or so ago down in Lincoln, or in Omaha, you know, great show. And gosh, here's a guy who's worked that hard for so long and kind of had that core following, and then all of a sudden he gets into his 70s and he's just having all this success and fame, and it's just, you know, so wonderful. So it was hard to see him go, but so this is the last song that he put out on I guess it would just be on whatever YouTube. He recorded it in his living room or whatever, but it's like, it was a new song, and it was like, he writes that, and I listened to it, I'm like, man, he's still got it all. And just love this tune. It's called I Remember Everything. I've been down this road before. I remember every tree, every single blade of grass holds a special place for me. And I remember every town and every hotel room and every song I ever sang on a guitar out of tune. I remember everything, things I can't forget. The way you turned and smiled on me on the night that we first met. And I remember every night your ocean eyes of blue. How I miss you in the morning light, like roses miss the dew. I've been down this road before, lone as I can be, careful not to let my past go sneaking up on me. I got no future in my happiness, though regrets are very few. Sometimes a little tenderness was the best that I could do. I remember everything, things I can't forget. Swimming pools of butterflies that slipped right through the net. I remember every night your ocean eyes of blue. How I miss you in the morning light, like roses miss the dew. How I miss you in the morning light, like roses miss the dew. There you have it. Thank you so much for having us. What a great evening.
A beautiful night. Okay, I'm gonna
It was a
start
pleasure.
turning the internet off here.
Uh-oh.
So hold tight, everybody. Your show is about.
My gosh, God, I'm
About
so
to.
sorry. Ask Kevin if we can do an R rating of the You Did Doyle song. So is it like an X-rated song? He won't give up.